What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks NFL player props video. This one going to be breaking down the Week 9 NFL Thursday Night Football game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. Giving you guys 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prize Picks. As always, if you haven't checked out Prize Picks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, receptions, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in, get that free money offer. Start winning some money over here on Prize Picks with these picks today, guys. And if you are getting very serious, I do offer premium content packages. That is linked below in the description. Patreon.com/KJK_DFS. You offer Prize Picks NFL package as well as underdog packages, college football, NBA, Prize Picks, underdog, all the above. And if you want the VIP member package, that'll give you access to all my picks, all my tickets, all of my projection models, all of my tools, and my tickets picks for every single app, including Prize Picks, Underdog, Monkey Knife Fight, Parlay Play, Sleeper, Vivid Picks, Thrive Fantasy, Hot Streak, and more. We're going to keep ramping that package up. Great value, $50 a month for all the work that I put into that. Promise you you're going to make a lot more than that. So check that out. And if you enjoy the content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Trying to get all these videos up to 200 likes. So if you can help me out with that, that would be awesome. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. Really does help me out. And I'll be working hard on these videos for you guys for free, giving you some picks. So let's talk about it. Let's get into the important stuff, the picks. We'll go game by game. The only game tonight, it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Houston Texans. This game comes in with a 45.5 over-under. It is a 14-point spread in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the definition of David versus Goliath. The Houston Texans have the worst grade overall from a football team perspective. The Philadelphia Eagles have the best grade overall. So I do not expect this game to stay close whatsoever. I would expect that the Philadelphia Eagles have their way very easily here. And I've put together a 5-man that correlates that. So you can run this 5-man. You can mix and match your own picks with these 5 picks as well, guys. Obviously, if you run a 5-man, your risk is a little bit higher. Your upside's better. But if you want to mix and match these picks, you can do that as well. Just a little bit of a disclaimer, but I will be running a 5-man correlating this, and I'm feeling good about it. But it is high risk, high reward. So we'll kick things off with the away team. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. They have a 29.75 implied team total. They're expected to dominate here, and a little bit concerned about the game script limiting their overall game performance, but I do think they can attack in the first half, and that's where I'm going to kick things off here. I'm going to talk about Mr. Jalen Hurts, and I want to talk about his first half fantasy score. 13 fantasy score here for Jalen Hurts. He has hit the over in this 4 of his last 5. I expect him to do so tonight. Once again, I expect the Eagles to really put on a show here against the Texans as far as just really dominating, man. I think they're going to just kill these guys, so Jalen Hurts, really dynamic playmaker. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can do it all. He will oftentimes run the ball when he gets in the red zone, into the end zone as well. None of these things will hurt our feelings when it comes to targeting his fantasy score. You look what he's done. Just great all around. He's got great grades from a passing grade aspect, from a running aspect, all of the above. I mean, you look at his passing grade in the entire NFL, he's second only to Tua as far as the passing grade is concerned. His running grade, he's got a 70 running grade. That is also very good. He's a favorite to hit the over on his running yards, I know. He's expected to get the job done through the air against this weak Texans secondary, man. They're not good in any aspect across the board. Their secondary is bad. Their running game is bad. I will say their secondary is not quite as bad as the run defense, but we just talked about it. Jalen Hurts can really scramble and run on the ground, so really expect him to have some success here. The only concern for me is the game script, but like I said, that's why I'm going to take the first half. We saw him put up 20 last time against Pittsburgh. He's put up 21 against Arizona. Just barely surpassed this against the Jags with a 13.8. The only time he's not surpassed this against the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have a much better defense than the Houston Texans. So I really do like this pick here to start things off. Pick number 1, rock up with the over 13 fantasy score here for Jalen Hurts. That will be pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to go to his teammate. It's going to be the dynamic A.J. Brown, man. Had a huge week last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't expect things to change here against this Houston Texans secondary when I'm looking at the overall matchup for him on the entire week. He's got one of the best matchups you could ask for from a wide receiver cornerback matchup. Third best on the entire week with a 94 matchup advantage against this Houston Texans secondary. Third only to Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill on the entire week. Not just tonight's game. We're talking the entire week. A.J. Brown expected to just absolutely torched this secondary. From a targeting aspect, he has been great. Jalen Hurts and him have that college connection. They have not slowed down here. They've been great. You look at the targets, 11 targets last time out, 8, 7, 7, 10 respectively. The reception, 6, 5, 3, 5, 5. Once again, a little worried about the second half, maybe being more of a run-heavy half for the Eagles after they put up some scores here. But we saw him score 3 touchdowns last week, 1 touchdown the time before. I think he's got touchdown upside. He's obviously got reception upside. You get 1 point for every one of those receptions. The targets are going to be there for him. We talked about the matchup. Not good. And then lastly, just as far as his overall wide receiver key stats, when I'm looking at my advanced metric sheets over here, as far as his key stats, he's out there for 82% of the snap share, 31.5% of the overall target share. He possesses 16.89 yards per reception for him as well. So he's getting down the field, 17.5 air yards per reception. So he's been dominated. He's been targeted in the end zone. He's been getting down the field. He's being targeted frequently. Every single thing that you could possibly want from a fantasy point upside aspect, and he's got a great matchup. Once again, I am a little worried about the game script flipping in the second half, but I think in the first half he can get the job done. So I will be rocking with the over 9 fantasy score here for A.J. Brown. That'll be pick number 2 here. Over 9 fantasy score. He has hit this in 4 of the last 5. Same as Jalen Hurts. Expect that trend to continue tonight. That's going to be pick number 2. Pick number 3, we're going to another teammate. We're going with the Eagles onslaught here. Once again, I expect them to just dominate this game. 29.75 implied total. We're going to talk about Dallas Goedert, another guy. For a tight end, his stats and underlying metrics on my premium projection stats tools look really, really good as well. You look what Goddard's been doing on the season as far as how he's ranking against tight ends. Yards per target, he leads the entire league with a 10.52 yards per target metric right now. So obviously 10.52 yards per target he's receiving. That is really good. He's being targeted on the field early and often. He's out there for 87.26% of the team's overall snaps. He possesses a 19.7% target share of the overall offense. So about 20% of the targets are headed his way. When he's getting targeted, it's about 13 yards down the field. And then he's also getting a decent amount of red zone targets as well. I will say he does not have a single end zone target on the entire year, but I'm not expecting him to score a touchdown to surpass his fantasy score. That's not really what I'm going for. I'm looking for those downfield targets. Once again, getting targeted frequently, man. 6, 6, 9, 6 targets respectively. 5, 8, 2, 6 receptions. You get 1 point for every one of those receptions. Down the field, only a 5.5 first half. He has hit this in 4 of the last 5. Expecting more, man. We talked about it. The Texans' defense is not good, and when we're breaking down the specific matchup for Dallas Goedert as far as the tight end matchup, he does possess a 22% advantage taking on Kirksey at the linebacker position. That is the 4th best on the entire week as far as tight ends are concerned in matchup advantage for Dallas Goedert. So that's the entire week, 4th best. Once again, first half. I think the Eagles get off to a hot start, and Goddard's going to be part of that. So pick number 3, rocking with the over 5.5 fantasy score for Dallas Goedert. That will be pick number 3 here. Pick number 4. We're going to round things out with this Eagles offense. I talked about it. I think the first half they get up big. I think the second half we're going to see a lot of the run game. I think the first half we could see some runs as well. Pick number 4 here. We will be going with Miles Sanders rushing yards for the entire game. Once again, the first half I'm a little concerned about the pass game. The rushing yards throughout the entire game, this is looking great. You can see Miles Sanders has not hit this in 4 of the last 5. However, I got a solution for him to hit it because the Houston Texans run defense is terrible. I was targeting Derrick Henry heavy last week. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to put out any videos because I've been working on getting my computer back up and running. But for my VIP members, we cashed in on Derrick Henry big time. The Houston Texans have a 29.9 run defense metric. That is really, really bad. That is worse than the entire league by a wide margin. The Chicago Bears have a 40.5 run defense grade. I don't know how to put that in perspective to those of you that don't know grades, but I can tell you one thing. That's a big difference. The Houston Texans run defense is terrible. When we're looking at the matchup as far as the O-line and the defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles and how they match up against this Texans team, they have the number 1 run block advantage on the entire week with a 58% run block advantage. The second best on the entire week is the Atlanta Falcons with a 32% run block advantage. Once again, for those of you that don't really know the differences, that might not mean much to you, but I'll just sum it up for you. That is a huge difference. They have a massive run block advantage. Miles Sanders, I expect the Eagles to be up big. They're going to have to run. He should be able to break some big ones against this weak Texans run defense. Man, they're so bad. And once again, the game script's going to be in his favor once these Eagles get up, as I'm anticipating them to. There's going to be a lot of running going on. there's probably going to be a decent amount of running going on in the first half as well, even if they do get up. And he is a favorite on sportsbooks to hit this over as well. Looking at the latest odds, as far as Miles Sanders is concerned, was projected as far as a -130 favorite on the over for Miles Sanders. So that's going to be pick number 4 here. Pick number 5, rounding things out. Last pick on the video. We're going to be running it back on the other side with the Houston Texans. Really don't feel great about it. We're going to be targeting I do feel good about this prop, but I'm saying really don't feel great about the overall prospects of this Texans offense. But one thing I do like is Jordan Akins, and I like his receiving yards because there has been a 3 tight end split as far as at the tight end position for the Houston Texans. But when we're breaking down as far as how Jordan Akins has been getting his job done during the season, this has been the case with him the last few years, pretty much his whole entire NFL career. He's a downfield threat. Not going to get targeted frequently, but when he does, it's downfield. You look at the average target over weeks 3, 4, 5, and 7. 10, 16, 11, 22 yards down the field. Last time out against Tennessee, he had a really tough game. Keep in mind, Tennessee defense is really good. The Eagles defense is also really good, but I think there's going to be some garbage time where Akins can get some of these receiving yards. Not to mention, I think he could just catch one big one where his line's set at here. 31, 33, 22, 68 yards respectively. And once again, he's being targeted down the field. He always has been. 10, 16, 11, 22 yards down the field. It's that depth of targets that really has me interested. And then you look at the line as far as where his line is set. It's not really high. 14.5 receiving yards. He's hit this in 4 of the last 5, averaging 31.8. Once again, I'm not really anticipating him to get there, catching 3, 4, 5, 3-yard catches. It's more going to be, he's going to catch 1 for, 12 yards, 2 for, 2 catches, 12 yards apiece to hit the over, or 1 bomb down the field, maybe 1 16, 17-yard catch. But he can get down the field. Can be a deep threat. So they're going to be down. They're going to have to throw. I think it's a great opportunity to take advantage of this prop. It's pick number 5 here, running it back on the other end with Jordan Akins. And that is going to be pick number 5 here. That is my 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NFL tonight, guys, for this Thursday Night Football game. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, I don't know what you're waiting for. A lot more value to be offered over there. All the things that I'm talking about in this video are a little bit delayed. Oftentimes, we'll see lines get bumped up. And if you want to get the immediate access to all my picks, all apps, check out the VIP package. If you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, check that out as well. Use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. Wishing you all the best of luck on your NFL props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.